Some are saying, say it ain't so. Others not surprised, as President Trump's latest polling shows his momentum growing in the 2024 GOP race. A new CBS News YouGov poll finds the former commander-in-chief with his largest lead ever in their poll, getting the approval of 62% of likely GOP voters. That's 46 points higher than his nearest competitor, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who's now at just 16% approval. Quite a dip from before he announced he was running. In response, Mr. Trump posting on Truth Social, quote, "New CBS poll just out has me leading the field by legendary numbers. I will therefore not be doing the debates." We knew he didn't want to do the debates in the first place. Niall Stanage, White House columnist for The Hill. You know, you can't blame him in a sense. Why waste your time? You know, it can't hurt to not do the debates. Maybe it'll hurt the RNC. But the poll was interesting to me, and I'll tell you why. One is that the majority of those polled by far and away believe the indictments are politically motivated. So they dismiss them. They believe that things in this country were better under Trump than they are under Biden. And they call Trump honest. We talk a lot about people selecting a lesser evil by choosing Biden, but I would think that all of this is evidence that among GOP voters, President Trump is the lesser evil.
Among GOP voters, there's no question about that. Some of those beliefs that you just outlined are absolutely propelling him to this massive lead, especially, I think, the idea that the indictments are politically motivated. That's consistent with what we've seen in other data points as well, like his fundraising spiking after previous indictments. Now, as always, Adrienne, we need to draw the distinction between the Republican primary electorate and a general election electorate, which obviously is much more divided and much more skeptical of Mr. Trump. But in the Republican primary, he's way ahead for exactly the reasons you outlined.
62%. Okay, so he's doing this interview with Tucker Carlson at the same time as this first debate. So you have the fired Fox host who's been highly successful on Twitter, a.k.a. X. And then you have the former president who is basically putting a middle finger up to the RNC. How does this play out?
Well, I think it is clear that Mr. Trump wants not to cede the stage, even if he's not on the debate stage. This is counter-programming, in a way. It's keeping the attention on him even as he declines to debate. I think, frankly, it reduces the salience of the debate. It also means, you know, debates are showbiz at a certain level, Adrienne, as you well know. So this is now, you know, a concert without its headline act or a movie without its lead star. That's a problem from the perspective of those organising the debates and indeed for Mr. Trump's opponents.
Okay, so let's talk about another poll. There's a new Emerson College poll that puts Vivek Ramaswamy and Governor DeSantis in a tie for second place. But it was a hypothetical matchup that caught our attention. Voters were floated with a scenario where Taylor Swift runs as a third-party candidate, where Mr. Trump gets 42%, President Biden at 39%, it's almost tied there. Taylor Swift gets 8%, and 10% are undecided. I know this is just for kicks and giggles, but what exactly is the poll looking to achieve here?
So you sound a little skeptical, honestly, Adrienne. But what the pollsters are trying to establish is how solid the support is for each candidate. And they're using Taylor Swift, I think, as an example of someone who's just broadly popular, even if she doesn't run. And here's the key point. Taylor Swift, with those 8 percentage points she gets, takes more from President Biden than she does from former President Trump. So the pollsters are extrapolating from that Biden's support is a little softer than Trump's. The people who are with Trump are with him all the way. Biden's people could be peeled off by a T-Swift presidential run.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.